Alberto Gonzales was the first Latino Attorney General in the United States' history, and he, along with David Strange, have released what they believe to be a roadmap for immigration reform. They're calling it a conservative and compassionate approach to immigration reform. So what's involved? Well, lucky you, they're joining me now to tell us. Welcome to the show, both of you gentlemen. It's good to see you. I know we've spoken earlier a couple of days ago on radio. It's good to talk with you again for the Blaze audience. Thanks for joining me.
It's good to be with you.
Good to be here.
So in this book, and I'll start with you, Mr. Gonzales. In the book, I mean, you lay out how you're against instant citizenship for the millions of Americans who have immigrated to the United States illegally, but you're also against the removal of everyone. And you have a lot of policies in here that get into what you believe is a common sense approach. Starting with this, explain this a little bit, because this also was, just the one idea that I just said, that was such a pressure point for debates during 2012 in the general election.
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. Was your question about citizenship, or was it about something else?
Well, I want you to talk a little bit about how the instant citizenship for the millions of immigrants who are here illegally, and how, you know, you're like, well, we can't give everyone just an immediate, we can't reward illegal behavior with instant citizenship. But you and a few others in the Republican Party have said, well, it's also not really feasible to just remove everyone. Speak to that a little bit.
Sure. It seems to me the appropriate approach is sort of a middle ground, in that it would be unfair and really contrary, I think, to American value to simply reward these individuals by providing them instant citizenship to the disadvantage of those who follow the rules, who are waiting patiently outside our borders to come into the United States consistent with our laws. And with respect to the deportation issue, I think we have to acknowledge the fact that we have 11 million people that are here in an unlawful status. As a U.S. government, we do not have the capability, quite honestly, to remove them. This is something that we debated during the Bush administration. I remember being in meetings in the Oval Office, in the Roosevelt Room, where we talked about the feasibility of doing something like this. But even if we were successful, it would be devastating, in my judgment. I think David agrees with this. It would be devastating to certain industries. So that's not the right approach either. It seems to me the appropriate approach is to find those who are qualified. By that, I mean people that don't have criminal records, for example, people who have the ability to pay back taxes, perhaps to pay a fine, and to put them into some kind of temporary legal status where they can be productive members of our society. Again, temporary legal status. They may have to leave the country for a period of time and then come back, but they would continue to work and contribute to our economy in a lawful status.
One of the things that I hear often, and I also have, and I'll ask this of Mr. Strange, this has been a criticism that I have of the way that the immigration system works. It seems that people who go through, because we love immigration, but we love legal actions entering the United States, but it seems that people who do everything that they're supposed to do, they dot every I, they cross every T, they go through everything that they're supposed to do to immigrate legally, it seems as though they get caught up in the bureaucracy of it. I know people who've been waiting for 7, for 10, for 13 years to become legal residents of the United States, and then we're talking about fast-tracking, at least with this administration, the citizenship status of people who haven't had the courtesy to go through all of that. Why does our system seem to penalize those who follow the law?
Well, as you mentioned, the United States has a very robust immigration system.